Hey guys, welcome back to the Business of Art. So I am here today with my husband Johnny, and we thought we would discuss some of our successful actions to working together. And this could be working with your spouse or partner, or just any kind of business partner kind of relationship, and how that can work with your art business. So the first thing I think is to have clearly delineated jobs and what you guys are going to be doing, and in doing that to appreciate each other's skill sets. So he's like an admin guru in my mind, and I'm not. I'm super disorganized. So I utilize him a lot to help me organize things when I do an art auction. He's the genius that puts it all in the spreadsheet and prints out the little labels and all that kind of stuff. He helps me with the administrative activities. When we go ship paintings and stuff, he helps me get all the supplies ready and, just keep all of that organized. So I think that's the first thing, is just playing off of each other's skill sets and knowing who's good at what and what each of you is going to do on that.
Yeah, and then kind of dovetailing off of that a bit, when you come into it, and this is not necessarily just with the business with your spouse, any job or any company, you come in to help somebody with something. Part of that means that, the person that started the business, they at some point did all this stuff, or at least attempted to do all this stuff, right? And it's like their baby. But they have to be willing to let go of their baby a little bit, parts of it, and to me, part of that, because there's also, you don't want there to be a concern, I'm letting go of this part of my business, is it going to get done right? So really important to that is keeping a record of how you did the jobs you did. Now, this is a bit of a two-way street, though, because one of the catch-22s of running a business is that you're very busy. So sitting down and writing things down is not always easy to do. But as the person coming in to help, you can also be taking notes on what you're being asked to do. Keep a good record of that. Take the initiative to do that. And as a spouse, again, as anyone in any business, that also shows that you care, you're interested, and that you're actually making it yours, which is going to create relief, right? So that's a really important thing, is keeping a record of the things you're doing, the successful actions, all those things. And including when you come up with new successful actions that you see are getting a product, add those to your write-up so that you or anyone else can walk into the position and just start rolling, and it's not a problem, and it's peace of mind for the person you're helping them.
And that way too, let's say he were to go out of town, but I would have everything written down and I could just hand it over to somebody else if I needed to, so that helps with that as well. And another thing on that's really important is to stay really in close, tight communication, really talk to each other. That way too, things can be adjusted as needed on those. And then also, it's just a coordination point. You know what each other's doing, and you're not sitting there going what the heck is he doing over there? Why is he just sitting on the computer all day when he's really doing the social media posts? Or maybe he's what is she doing all day when, I'm doing whatever, So it really helps to know what each other's doing, and what you guys are each getting done. And as part of that too, we try to sit down daily and kind of make a whole list of what we're going to get done that day, a battle plan, we call it. And that is that way we know what we need to get done, and we know what each other is doing, even if we're not in the same room with each other.
That's right. And then the other thing too, and this kind of drives everything that you're doing, really, and this is either of you, is really keep in mind the purpose of what you're doing. And that's not just the purpose of the company, because Mixed Media Girl as a company, as an entity, there's a purpose to that, and she knows what that is, and I'm very much in alignment with that. But even just the more basic purpose of, especially with your spouse, our marriage is based on, we don't want to help each other. We want to help each other make our dreams come true. We want to build a future together, all those things, and realizing that, it's the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. If we work together, put our heads together, and are able to help each other, we can reach those more personal goals through the pushing forward of our respective businesses. Right. So that's really essential. And honestly, if you keep that in mind, as interesting as things may ever get at any given time, and they will get interesting, especially if you're working with your spouse, but that's fine. You keep going, you keep that purpose in mind, you get through those things. You keep the communication strong, you get through those things. You get successful actions happening, well, that's important to keep those down, because not only is it helping the business, it's ensuring that much more that future and that those goals are going to happen. So you write those things down, you do those things. The purpose drives it all. And that's really any business, but especially if you're in a business with your spouse, really, really important.
Right. So hopefully that was helpful for you. And please don't take these tips just for anyone who wants to work together with their partner or spouse. And so maybe it doesn't apply to you, you think. But for any entrepreneur or business owner to really expand and, grow big, you're going to have to delegate things. You're going to have to pass some of the things off onto somebody else. Yes, I know. I'm working on it.
You're doing great.
But so it's really important for anybody, all of these things, you're going to have to do that unless you want to stay small, which is fine too. Like if you just want to stay a certain size and not really grow much bigger than that, then you may be able to get by with doing every single thing yourself. But if you really want to grow and also want to not get burnt out and want to take those vacations and stuff like that, you're going to have to delegate at some point. So I hope that these tips were helpful to that and helping you grow your business, and we'll see you next time.